road to success is brought to you by Equity Bank.
Equity Bank, you are listening, caring partner.
Thank you for watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. This week, our guest is Dr. Andrew Matole, a veterinary surgeon. Is that the right title?
Yes, it is.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
You run a veterinary clinic in Nairobi. Tell us about it and what was the inspiration?
Okay, Andy's veterinary clinic, it's a long journey. It started in 1992 when I was still a student. Yeah, when I had finished my last exams, I was there in my room with my colleague. Then we were asking each other, so what next? So my colleague said, I think I'll just go look for a job. And then I started making money. I told my colleague, because whenever I go home, I get to work in a veterinary clinic. I think one day I should have a veterinary clinic of my own. But right now, I'm giving myself 10 years of working, getting experience, and maybe save some money, and then I get started.
Were you working for the government or?
I used to work for Dr. Zahur Kashmiri, but he's the one who actually taught me what veterinary medicine and veterinary business is all about, especially with the pets or small animals.
What does it take to run a veterinary clinic such as yours?
When you start running a practice, a veterinary practice, then realize it's not about veterinary medicine. Now we are doing two things. You're practicing veterinary medicine, but at the same time you're practicing veterinary business. So those two have to be in harmony, because you will not be able to practice the medicine you are taught in school if you don't know business. So it means now you have to be on top of so many things, because once you run a practice, then you have management issues, and then you have practicing issues. Animals come, have to be treated, operated, have to be picked, have to be dropped, and then at the same time you have human resource issues, you have management issues, we have finance issues, all over. So you'll find it a delicate balance. So at some point you realize if these two don't balance, then you close shop.
In the last 13 years, there must have been very many lessons that you have learned.
Okay, one is resilience. Because like when we started, it was crazy. Because here you don't have an assurity of a salary. And yet you have people who are waiting for their salary. So you'll find you have to go out of your way to make sure there's work. And then you have to go an extra mile to make sure people pay so that you can meet your obligations. Rents, salaries, suppliers, all that.
Doctor, what is the perception of a veterinary clinic, especially in the urban areas? Because we associate veterinary clinics with our ushagos.
Most of the time when you tell someone you're a vet or veterinary doctor, the first thing that comes into their minds is Daktari wa ng'ombe.
Yeah.
Or mbuzi or kondoo, things like that. But what they don't understand is veterinary as a profession is varied. It has so many things in it. In the ministry, for example, you'll find in that ministry you have people who deal only with meat inspection, people who deal with hides and skins, people who deal with the epidemiology of diseases, people who deal with the policy making in veterinary, people who now do research in veterinary, and then have people who now handle things like public health in veterinary, because there are some disease conditions which can be transmitted from animals to us and vice versa, what we call zoonotic diseases. So I'll find we have an area which deal with that. We help clients to export animals to other countries, okay? Europe, Americas, Australia, all over the world. We have to make sure that this dog or this animal does not leave Kenya if he's not healthy. So you'll find that there are documentations which have to be met.
A lot of us do not understand what it takes to be a veterinary.
It takes quite a bit because, again, our patients don't talk. We have to think for them. The only thing we rely on is the history we get from the owner. So we have to get the history from the owner, which has to be exact as much as possible. And then after that, then we can examine the animal. Then we correlate the two. And then after that, then we do blood tests. If it's a skin condition, we do skin tests. If it's a hormone problem, we do hormone tests. Yeah, and then after that, you treat.
Besides treatment of animals, what are the services you offer at Andy's?
Okay, at Andy's, we offer treatments, surgeries, boarding for those people who travel out of the country for long. We keep them. I remember there are instances we've kept dogs for 6 months, 1 year. The owners come, then they take the animals. Yeah. Apart from that, also have things like saloon or grooming of dogs, whereby people bring their dogs, we wash them, shampoo them, blow dry them, clip their nails, what you call pedicure, manicure. And they're happy.
Is that a new concept?
Not many people know about that, but it's always been there. Yeah. Okay. But when the people come, we advise them, especially with hairy dogs. We advise them that you regularly need to get your dog trimmed, shaved, shampooed, blow dry, so that you don't encourage certain skin conditions. And then things like washing their dogs, wash them every week, simply because those parasites, ticks, fleas, lice, mites, they live for 3 weeks. So if you don't wash your dog regularly, which has to be weekly, then those parasites mature to the next level, By the 3rd week, they are reproducing. So also deworming has to be done regularly. Yeah, like if it's a puppy less than 6 months, it has to be done every 2 weeks. After 6 months, then you do it once a month. After 1 year, then every 3 months. If you are a first-time owner of a pet, it's better you go sit down with a vet, explain to him why you want that pet. Is the pet a companion who's going to stay in the house, or is just for security, is going to stay outside? Because those two are different. If he's going to be with you in the house, then the more reason now you need to know more, because you'll be sitting with him on the sofa. Some people sleep with them in the bed, and they are like, for example, fleas. They can hide in the crevices, in the sofas, in the carpets. So you'll find after a while, the dog is scratching and you are scratching. Sit down with the vet, explain to him why you want this pet, and then let the vet explain to you what needs to be done. Because it's all management.
Dr. will talk more about Andy's right after this break.
Thank you.
You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. Do not go away. Welcome back. You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. This week, our guest is Dr. Andrew Matole of Andy's Veterinary. Dr. what was the inspiration for starting Andy's?
I come from an area where people keep animals, but in subsistence form, okay? And that is Kilifi. And my grandfather used to keep animals, goats, sheep, chicken, and he was a very successful farmer, if I may say. But that's not really the main reason. The main reason came later when I realized it's important that if you get a profession which you can later do something on your own, like start a business from the profession. But when I realized, okay, if I can go and learn and then make a business out of it, then it makes more sense. That is one. Then number two, my brother and I use the same name, Matole. So the other thing said, okay, I need to go and do a course which I'll be called a doctor. So that there'll be Dr. Matole and Mr. Matole. So my aim was I have to do sciences, I have to do biology, I have to do a course which I'll be a doctor. It could be pharmacy, it could be vet, it could be dentistry, yeah. But I had to be a doctor. So when it happened, I finished my course, And after being exposed to veterinary practice in Mombasa from this colleague, I realized actually you can even make a business out of veterinary medicine, because at that time there were only 2 or 3 veterinary practices in Mombasa which were very busy. And I could see you can actually make a name and create a business and make some money. As I had made clear to myself that within 10 years I'll have a clinic, because I didn't have money, I didn't have clients, I didn't have experience. So I said, no, 10 years is not long. So 10 years ended around 2000. Around 1999, I started one in Mombasa. And then within a year, I was approached by a colleague from Nairobi. So they said, we want to start a practice in Nairobi, and we've identified you as a person who is experienced. So we want you to come to Nairobi and start a practice. I looked at the demographics of Nairobi and Mombasa, population of animals, income per capita, things like that. Then I realized, okay, let me not resist. Nairobi, one, is a big city. It's a metropolitan. Mombasa is culturally a Swahili town. So you'll find also, when you compare those, you'll find Nairobi is better. So I said, okay, fine, let me take the offer. But again, I said, okay, I have to give because it's a new city, it's a new place, no one knows me. Okay, I'll give myself only 5 years. So by the end of 5 years, I have to start another clinic in Nairobi. So I came, that was 99, November 1st. So I started 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. I said, this is the 4th, so next year I have to leave. So 2004, May, I left, opened Andy's veterinary clinic.
Why did you decide on the name Andy's?
If you look at the name Andy's, it's plural. It has no apostrophe. So it's because my name is Andrew, and I have a very close friend called Anderson. So you're Anderson, I'm Andrew. We call it Andy's. So if someone calls Andy, you can respond, I can respond. One of our strategy was, when we started, is every 2-3 years, we have to open a branch. So we started with the Loresho branch. 2006, we opened Ngong Road, which was along Riara Road. Then 2008, we opened Nyali, Mombasa. And then 2011, we opened Nanyuki. But then we realized expansion is costly. So we said, okay, let's stop for a while. Let's enhance these branches, and then we can carry on later.
Dr. do you feel there has been an appreciation for vets?
As we speak right now, people now appreciate the work of a veterinary surgeon. Long ago, it wasn't, because they used to look at a vet as a
Daktari Wangombe.
Daktari Wangombe, Mbuzi, Kondo.
Is it a competitive field?
Yes, it is, especially right now, where now we have so many clinics coming up. So it's all about the service you offer.
What else sets you apart from your competition?
Our branding. Because you'll find our logo is very unique, our colors are very unique, and I think also that one plays quite a bit in terms of our presence in the field. Yeah.
So that would be one of your marketing strategies.
Yes.
Your branding.
Yeah.
What other marketing strategies have you put in place?
Okay, one, we have a reminder system. We use a software which generates reminders every month. So before you forget that your dog needs to be vaccinated, someone will either send you an email or send you a text message or will call you that, Catherine, your dog is due for vaccination this month. When do you want us to come and do it?
There must be challenges surrounding the treatment of each.
Yeah, it's true, because an animal like a guinea pig, which is a colorful rat, if you can say. There's some antibiotics you can't give. You give that animal that antibiotic, he'll die slowly. Within 3 days, a week, the guinea pig is dead. So you may think the guinea pig died because he did not recover, but actually you literally kill the guinea pig.
Dr. How much do you think it would cost to maintain a pet?
Okay, with dogs, it depends on the size. The bigger the dog, the more the dog will have to eat. The smaller, the cheaper for you. So there it has to be the size, then the cost.
Do you offer opportunities for upcoming vets to intern with you?
Okay, what we have in place is we accept attachments, students on attachment every year. Every year, each branch has a maximum of 3 students for internship. And then every so often we take also people who have graduated. We train them for about a year, and then we decide whether we can absorb them or not. Yeah.
Thank you so much
Most
for taking
welcome.
the time to come and share with us kind of work you're doing as a veterinary clinic. Thank you.
Most welcome.
You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. Do have a blessed week.